message, this divine message, has been chosen for the collective who chooses one of these piles. Now, before you choose, make sure you are aware or tapped into your divine self to receive your divine message. Welcome to OmniKeys the Oracle, and let's get into it. Pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. Tap into your divine. What pile has a message, a divine message for you? Let's get into pile number 1. Okay, so let's move these down and get into pile number 1. Straight off the bat, we got the Ten of Swords. So they talking shit about you. Right? But you got to defend yourself. I know it hurts, when people talk stuff about you, you know what I'm saying? You're on a job and you're doing a good job, you're doing your best, but it's not good enough. They talk, instead of, thanking you or giving you your accolades, they're saying things about you to make themselves feel better. The things that they say to you hurt you. And it's not necessarily behind your back. It's not necessarily behind your back. This Ten of Swords can also represent social media and what they're saying about you on social media. And, because this message is for the collective, you have to filter it according to what resonates with you. So when it comes to you and you picking pile number 1, what does this Ten of Swords represent for you? Does it represent social media bullying? Does it represent being on a thankless job? Does it represent family members who don't appreciate you and don't have anything positive to say about you? People that are hurting you, right? The swords are used to pierce you, and the swords represent communication, right? And so the Seven of Wands is letting you know the action that you need to take. And the action that you need to take is to stand your ground. The action that you need to take is to defend yourself, to protect yourself by any means necessary, not in a way of sabotage, right? But be smart about it. And then, the divine is recognizing that this is very hurtful. This is heartbreaking, right? But, okay. I'm receiving download, fire sign download, right? Passion, emotion, your pain, your emotions from the pain is what's going to manifest an outcome. And so you have to use your pain in a way that's going to manifest this Ace of Cups, right? And you got this. The Ace of Cups is bringing in someone who will defend you the way you have defended yourself, right? As long as you stand your ground, you can defeat the spells. Words are spells. Words are living and active, the Bible says, right? And so in order to remove the swords, you have to stand up for yourself when you're heartbroken, and then others will come along and stand up for you. And the outcome is going to be happiness. The outcome is going to be kindness, emotional, physical, mental, happiness or satisfaction, right? And so for some, it can mean a proposal, right? It could mean a proposal from a loved one. It could mean a proposal in different ways regarding a loved one. Like it can be romantic love, it can be friendship love, you know, wherever this love is coming from. For some people, you know, who are tapped into your water spirits, yes, the answer is yes. I'm here to support you, to love you, to help you, right? To work all things together for your good, for your happiness, right? And so that's the message for Power One. Be encouraged. Period. Don't forget to share this message with someone that you think it's going to resonate with, to uplift, because these messages, although you have chosen this power for yourself, these messages are meant to encourage whoever might need this kind or specific message. So feel free to share, feel free to leave a comment and encourage the messenger. And let's move on to pile number 2. Let's move on to pile number 2. Pile number 2. There we go. Let's see what we got here. All right, we got the King of Cups, right? Are you the supportive leader? You're being supported. Support is coming through, right? Whoever you're thinking about or asking yourself about this person, what do you need to know about this person coming into or this person who is proposing something, or proposing a friendship, proposing a collaboration. What do I need to know about this person? And this person is a supportive leader, right? They have tolerance, they have empathy. So that's the characteristic. If you are inquiring about your own self and what people think of you, this is what they think of you: as a caring person, as a supportive person, as a person who has empathy and feelings. They recognize that how they feel, that you're going to feel how they feel. So they try to make you comfortable by making sure that they feel a little bit better, right? If they wake up in a bad mood, they're going to try to make you comfortable by putting themselves in a better mood. Okay. And so that's why we have the World card. The World card is, you know, your miracle, you're next in line. The World card is your the universe supporting you, okay, by igniting this kind of support, right? Manifesting, helping you to manifest this kind of support from people or someone that you're connected to, because you desire it, and the universe hears the desires of your heart, right? And so we have the Page of Cups, right? We got the King of Cups and we got the Page of Cups. So basically, encouraging you to be open to reconciliation, or this gesture of love, or this opportunity or chance, right? All right, this right here, be open to this King of Cups, right? And if you are the King of Cups, if you are the one who is seen as a supportive person, a leader, somebody that they don't mind being led by, right? Be open to anyone or this person who sees you this way, okay? Because they're going to want to connect with you. And of course, it seems opportunistic, and it's nothing wrong with opportunistic collaborations and relationships, as long as somebody recognizes you for who you are and values you for who you are. And this World card represents, you know, something positive coming out of it. You get the world out of it, okay? And so we have the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands represents being a creative idea, maybe a new project. So again, be open to the opportunity of reconciliation. Be open to the opportunity that comes out of this relationship with this King of Cups, this supportive person in your life. Be open to the opportunity of those who recognize you as, you know, a supportive leader, right? And new ideas. Well, I was going to say new ideas, but this Page of Wands represents an idea that you have to focus on, okay? An idea that you have to focus on. For somebody, this page represents a young person, right? And so we have a bunch of young people here. I mean, young adults is what I'm getting from this. Okay, so if that resonates in whatever way for you, remembering that this is for the collective, and so young adult can resonate differently with whoever chose this reading with the guidance of your divine self. Okay, and so that's pile number 2. Be encouraged, and feel free to comment, you know, how this reading might resonate with you. Encourage the messenger, and feel free to share this message with someone that you believe is going to be encouraged by this message. Okay, because also this can be a message that can be spoken into someone's life who desires to be recognized as the King of Cups, someone who desires to be recognized as a supportive leader, right? And not just tolerated, someone who desires, you know, the universe to start working all things together for their good, because they haven't been, you know, the lucky one lately, right? Share this message with someone who you believe needs to be open to reconciliation when it comes to love, or someone connected to them that you know is good for them. Share this message with someone who really needs to focus on one idea. They have many ideas, but, you know, many projects, you know, or they've been stagnant when it comes to, you might be stagnant too when it comes to writing, okay, and being creative. And so this idea is gonna come to you, but it's gonna be like a reward for accepting reconciliation with someone who recognizes you for who you are, or accepting reconciliation with someone you recognize as being a supportive leader. Okay, so we're going to get into pile 3. So let's put pile 2 up, and we're going to get into pile 3. This one seems to have more cards that came out. Whew, gotta take my time with this one. Wagwan. What does the divine want you to know? The collective who has chosen with your divine guidance, pile number 3. We have the 3 of Pentacles. So we have teamwork, right? We have the 7 of Swords. All right, the 7 of Swords represents dishonesty. So let's piece together what this story is trying to tell us here. We have the Empress, okay, which represents abundance, fertility, creation. You know, it represents a nurturer, right? Someone who is a nurturer, like a mother or something like that, right? And then we have the Death card, all right? They're about to be dead to you type ish, right? And then we have Temperance. Temperance is the outcome or advice in this situation. Okay, so the 3 of Pentacles, teamwork. All right, so for somebody, I feel like you have partnership or collaboration. people or someone who has volunteered their time to help you. Um, but you're doubting their intentions, what's on their mind, what are they thinking, why do they want to help you, or why are they helping you, right? And so we have the Empress, and I believe the divine is trying to get you to um, tap into your own ability to uh, nurture and bring something good out of this situation. All right, regardless of what their intention is, um, you have the ability to transmute that energy with your nurturing nature, and manifest abundance from that situation. Okay, putting to death whatever it is that they intended to do. Okay, so you don't have to give up on this collaboration just because, you know, this is a person that you don't know if could be trusted or not, or this person has intentions that, you know, may be dishonest, or you've heard, because the swords represent words, information, truth, you know what I'm saying? Communication, right? It can also represent social media, right? A form of communication. You might have seen or heard something on social media about this person. You know, remember, this is the collective who has chosen Pile 3. So figure out how this resonates with you. Is this information that you have received online about this person, that they could not be trusted, and you're not sure about this person, but the divine just wants you to know that it is okay to be patient with this person, right? And if this person is not, the divine doesn't seem to really want to encourage your thought that this person is a bad person, or want you to judge this person based on what you heard. Okay, it could be true, it might be true, it might not be true, right? But the divine don't want you to focus on whether this person is good or bad. The divine is saying, let's say this person's intentions is not right. You have the ability to transmute that energy. You have the ability to put to death that intention with your ability to nurture, to care, okay? Your intention is what's going to bring about the outcome, but you have to be patient. Okay, that's what this temperance is about. Everything is going to be revealed to you. You got to step out of your emotions and stand on the truth, right? You have to be in harmony with whatever intentions is going on here. You have to be patient, in harmony. Don't make a big deal out of it, okay? We do have 1 foot in the water that represents emotions, and you have 1 foot on the land that represents grounding. Okay, so you need a balance. All right, you need to, dealing with this person, you are going to need a balance. All right, you can't be too emotional. You can't be too practical. You need to have, you have to be practical, right? But you have to care. The emotions represent care right now in this situation. You have to care about this person in order to deal with this person and change their perspective, or change their, what do you call it? Change how they decide that they want to deal with you, whether they're going to deal with you with honesty. You're going to turn their dishonesty into honesty, because the only reason why they might be dishonest is because they don't trust nobody, right? And so this is regarding your partnership, your teamwork, your collaboration. It could be people on the job that you work with. It can be a lot of things. So just take what resonates for you, because your divine self has brought you to pile 3 so that you can be encouraged and guided by your divine. And if this message you think might resonate with someone, hug up on someone, love up on someone, encourage and edify someone, feel free to share this message, because a lot of times the divine brings us to messages to not only encourage ourselves, but to encourage people in our lives, people that we're connected to. Maybe you need to tell somebody to be patient with somebody that, you know, is a little off, is a little dishonest, because we don't know why this person might be dishonest. If they are dishonest, it's not personal. Okay, just tap into your ability to nurture, you know, treat them like one of your children. You know, we have a high tolerance. Most of us, you know, good parents, I would say, have a high tolerance for how our children operate, right? We want our children to be good members of society. So when they are being dishonest, or they are doing things without the right heart or whatever, we're always there to validate them first, and then guide them and encourage them in the ways that they shall go, to put to death or bring them to a transition when it comes to being transformed by the renewing of their minds. But it takes a lot of patience, and it takes balancing your emotions with practicality, right? And so be encouraged. Listen, this was pile 3. So I want you to be encouraged. And this is Omni-Keys, the Oracle. Feel free to subscribe if you think you're part of my tribe. Peace.